Living in New England is critical to prepare your house for anything Mother Nature throws our way. One thing you can do, though, is insulate your basement or crawl space. Joining us today to discuss just that is the owner and president of Fogarty's Home Service, Brendan Fogarty. Brendan, welcome and thanks for being here today.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. What is the difference between a basement and a crawl space?
So a basement is a typical full size, 8 feet tall. And when you come down from your upper level down, and that's a full size basement. Concrete walls, block walls, whatever the foundation is. And a crawl space is a very shorter area that's above the basement per se. So the crawl space is definitely a tighter area, without a doubt.
And so why would I need to insulate the basement or the crawl space, as you mentioned?
Well, yeah, there's a number of reasons. So if you're getting a lot of, it's summertime right now, so if you're getting a lot of relative humidity or musty odors in your basement, so you've got to look at why it's occurring, and that's our job. Our job is to ask the questions. So the same thing with a crawl space. A crawl space generally has ductwork in it and what have you, so that's sitting in, basically a crawl space is a hostile environment. So what we have to look at is fixing those problems.
It's definitely some special attention there.
Sure, absolutely.
How does Fogarty's insulate a basement or a crawl space?
So the basement aspect of it, so you have a rim joist, you have a perimeter floor framing system around the perimeter of their house, right? So in the wintertime, what happens is that rim joist contracts, it gets smaller because it's made out of wood, so it shrinks. What allows all that cold, dry air to come in. Also, the rodents come in at that standpoint in time. But in the summertime, you get all that humidity. The hot humidity outside, right, hits the basement floor, the full basement floor, and it creates a condensation, which allows vapors to rise up, and that's why we get the musty odors. So we have to really insulate the rim joists. We have to insulate the walls of the basement. But in a crawl space, it's a little bit different. We still have the same philosophy. We still have to insulate the rim joists and the walls, but we have to look at the floor. The floor, because of the frost line. We live in New England. We have a frost line problem, meaning, not a problem, but we live in a frost line. So the crawl space is 4 feet. In New England, the frost line is at 40 feet and below, right? So anything above that 4 feet is frozen in the wintertime because we live in New England. Well, in the basement, it's a little bit different, right? There's no, the basement goes below the frost line, so we don't have to worry about that as much. But the floor of the crawl space is generally dirt or, it could be concrete, we call that in construction a rat slab, but that definitely conducts a lot of cold air coming through that. So there's a number of treatments that we have to do to fix those problems.
And so once that is completed, what's the result? Because we don't want that.
No, we don't want that. The results are more comfortable, less musty, less, the relative humidity is way down in the basement, and the floors are warmer. The home operates much better, and of course, the most important thing, it reduces your energy costs. It reduces the amount of energy you need because your furnace is down in the basement. Think about it like that.
Makes sense. So definitely saving a lot there and benefiting and improving all at the same time. For more information, to request the services from Fogarty's Home Service, just head over to their website, www.fogartyshomeservices.com. You can call them at 860-219-0499. Brendan, thank you for being here today. It's much appreciated.
Thank you, David.